How's it going, guys? My name is LongBarrel, and welcome back to Team Pick'ems for MLG Columbus. This would be day 2. So day 1 is now over, and these are my results. So what now, analytical pros? Look at that. CLG won and Team Liquid Pro, even though you guys doubted me. But I still love you guys. Of course I love you guys. The only one I did not get right was the G2 versus Virtus Pro match. Virtus Pro just absolutely annihilated G2. I mean, I didn't even see it coming, to be honest. Statistically, G2 had that match any day of the day. But this is CS, and anything is possible. So I'm going to jump into my group stage 2 predictions, or day 2 predictions. And as always, I'm going to black out the little plus symbol so you guys won't know what my initial predictions are. And yeah, if you guys do enjoy the video, please leave a like. And if you guys don't agree with my predictions, then please don't leave a dislike just because of that. You know, it doesn't look good on my stats, and at the same time, it's just you're basically disliking my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Even you are. You can even leave a comment down in the section if you don't agree with me. But this is my game, and I'm playing my game the way I want to play it. And if you want to play your own pick'ems, then go on into CSGO and play your own pick'ems, buy your own stickers, and do that. But without further ado, let's get into the first match. So for the first match, we do have Mouse Sports versus Flipside Tactics. Now, let me begin with Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports, they have played against Luminosity Gaming in a very close match, was 16-3. Again, everybody from Mouse Sports have stepped up this tournament. The first match, Nico, Chris J had a really good game, as everybody else on Mouse Sports did play very well as well. So the entire team was working very well to be able to bring it to 13 rounds against Luminosity Gaming. But because Luminosity Gaming is one of the favorites of this tournament, in my eyes at least, and in probably the public's eyes as well, I do think that it was still a really good match nonetheless for Mouse Sports. So that match went really well for them. As for Flipside, they did lose to Ninjas in Pajamas. They took it into overtime. They lost by 2 rounds there, and although they did take Ninjas in Pajamas into overtime, they still lost to an AP, even while they're missing one of their 5 players, which is Pith, and they were forced to play with Threat, who is their coach instead. So I still think that Flipside, if technically they were supposed to close it out against Ninjas in Pajamas, but because Ninjas in Pajamas are more experienced, they did win. But I still think that Flipside Tactics, they're just not experienced enough, even though they should have the players to win. They're just not as good as Mouse Sports to be able to win out this matchup. So that's why my pick is going to go to Mouse Sports, and I'm going to click make pick, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to let me do it, but you guys see that I clicked it, and I'm going to move on to my next match. For the next matchup, we do have FaZe Clan versus Splice. Let's begin with FaZe. A lot of you guys have doubted me that FaZe was actually going to win against Liquid, whereas Liquid ended up winning in what I would say was a pretty comfortable match. It was 16-11. FaZe Clan was just not able to close it out against Liquid. A lot of individual performances and team performance in general from Team Liquid against FaZe. Now, in terms of Splice, they got smashed 16-5 against Fnatic. Not a big surprise, although there was a lot of rounds where Fnatic kind of lost to like individual performances, and a lot of those were because of Davey. Davey was just able to, control a lot of the situations really well for not such an experienced player. And now that we have FaZe Clan versus Splice, who's going to get eliminated? Unfortunately, Splice, you guys have come this far, but I still do think that FaZe is just going to have a bigger edge on you guys. I'm sorry. And hopefully the public is going to be, happy that FaZe might win something, and maybe from now on they're going to have a better tournament life. So FaZe Clan, you guys have my pick, and it finally placed the sticker, so maybe I'll be able to place my Mouse Sports sticker. Yeah, perfect. And let's move on. For a third losers match, we have Team Envious versus Gambit Gaming. I can't wait to watch this match. Now I'm going to begin with Gambit Gaming for now, just because they have played against Astralis, and this is the match that I clearly remember on Train. They have played really, really well compared to what I thought how they're gonna do against Astralis. I thought they're going to get smashed, like 16-5, maybe 16-7, but instead they were able to grind it out to 16-10 and had a really nice start against Astralis. But obviously Astralis being the better team and just the team that rarely loses to underdogs, they were able to grind it out to a 16-10 win. Still, either way, Gambit, they had really good opportunities to be winning clutch rounds and to get more rounds on the board than what they actually got. And that's why I think that they would be able to make this clear win against Team Envious. Now, Team Envious, they just played against Counterlogic Gaming. They looked really, really shaky, and the only reason why I think CLG won against them is not because CLG played one hell of a game. It's more that Envious has played a really bad game. This is not their tournament. I really see them getting knocked out of groups. In fact, against Gambit Gaming, that's why I bought a sticker for Gambit Gaming, and I think that, I'm sorry guys, but the boys in blue are going home, and I think that Gambit Gaming, they're gonna prevail and make Envious pack their bags. So for our last losers match, we have G2 Esports versus Cloud9. Again, one of those matches that I'm excited to see due to the results of their previous matches. So starting with G2, they played. This is the last game that of the tournament of today. They played against Virtus Pro in a match which was very, very close. I'm just fucking with you guys. It was 16-1. Virtus Pro absolutely blew them out of the water. And G2 Esports, they must be feeling pretty bad about that, considering that what the interview said, that I believe it was Scream who said this is their tournament to win. Now Cloud9, they played against Natus Vincier, probably the second best team in the world at the moment, and they obviously weren't able to get even up to 10 rounds, but they still managed to move on and kind of get a good start against Navi, but they just weren't able to grind out the rounds after their initial lead. But either way, I still think that Cloud9 looks a lot stronger than G2 Esports. G2 Esports, I'm sorry guys, but just everything about the way you played your match against Virtus Pro just did not seem like you guys were on point. I don't know if it was jet lag or whatever, but you guys are just not prepared for this tournament. And that's why I think that Cloud9 is going to win this match and eliminate G2 from this tournament. That's why my pick goes towards Cloud9. And that's why I'm placing my sticker on here. So obviously now that the losers matches are over, we're going to get into the winners matches. So in this one, nobody gets eliminated, but instead, this is the match where some team is going to move on out of group stages and into the finals. So Ninjas in Pajamas versus Luminosity Gaming. Again, Ninjas in Pajamas are playing without their main member, Pith, and instead they're playing with Threat, whereas they're playing against Luminosity, which is, again, like I said, one of the favorites for this tournament altogether. So that's why I think that Luminosity Gaming is actually going to win against Ninjas in Pajamas. I'm not going to sit here and make an analysis of their match just because, like I said, they're not playing with one of their core 5 members. And it's going to be unpredictable as to how a match is going to be played out from now on for Ninjas in Pajamas. So I already have a sticker for Luminosity Gaming, so I'm going to make the pick and place my prediction. As for the second matchup, we have Fnatic versus Liquid. This is one of those matches where I don't really care which team wins because I want to see both teams advance and move on. Now, I would like to see Team Liquid win against Fnatic because that would mean that they would get a spot secured in the finals, and Fnatic would be able to obviously grind out whatever match they're going to be playing in the decider. So either way, I still think Fnatic is going to win against Liquid. There's no way Liquid is going to win against Fnatic. They're just way too good and way too experienced to be losing to a North American team. And because I already have a Fnatic sticker, I don't really need to buy one. It's already there, so make the pick, and I've placed my prediction. Same thing goes for Astralis versus Counterlogic Gaming. This is one of those matches which, I don't see Astralis losing, just because they never lose to underdogs, and they've made their point clear when they played against Gambit Gaming. They had a rough start, but they were able to grind out all the rounds. CLG, I mean, they had a really good match against Envious, but Envious is in a really bad state right now, so it's not really a lot to be proud of, even though I do want CSGO to win. They're my favorite North American team, and I still want them to win in any decider match, but I just don't see them winning against Astralis. But either way, I wouldn't mind seeing an upset here, and I'm going to place my pick on Astralis, as I already have the sticker, and move on. Now, you guys notice that I've moved through this pretty fast. It's because there's not much analysis to be made. But for this last match, there is kind of a little bit of analytical points that I want to make. So facing off, we have Natus Vincere versus Virtus Pro. Taking a look at Natus Vincere, one of the favorites for this entire tournament. It's said that they're going to be in the semifinals, which I strongly believe so as well. But we will see after this matchup, I guess, or after the deciders. We'll see. They did have a pretty easy game against Cloud9, who weren't even able to get up to 10 rounds. But that's pretty predictable. As for Virtus Pro, they came into this tournament with a big slump on their shoulders, and they had to have made some sort of changes in order to get out of that slump, and it really showed against the match in G2. They were able to win 16-1, which is by far the best performance out of all the matches today, and it even made me surprised of how well they were playing. What they were able to do is they actually put Snacks as the designated opper for the entire game, and I've never seen Snacks be the designated opper ever. It was always Neo or Pasha. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really sure if that's a change or not. I don't know if Pasha is the lurker or not, but I know that for a fact he was lurking that entire game. Now, please let me know if Pasha was the lurk before, or if it was someone else. But that game, he was definitely lurking, and they were able to win a lot of matches just because of Pasha's lurk. So, because of this, there's a lot of inconsistencies as to which team is going to win, and there's a lot of weaknesses on one side, there's a lot of weaknesses on the other side. So there's a big kind of cloud of confusion as to which team is actually going to go with the win here. But because Navi is a little bit more stronger than Virtus Pro, even though Virtus Pro is more experienced, if you think about it, they're the longest running roster in CSGO, I think, currently, and that's why I do think that Navi is going to take this win and advance out of group stages and force Virtus Pro to play in the decider group stages. So Natus Vincere, that's my pick. I placed the sticker, and for now we're gonna have to wait until group stage day 3 to be making predictions. And so far, team pick'ems are good to go. If you guys want to update on my fantasy team, I don't think they've updated my stats yet, so I guess I wouldn't be able to know until tomorrow. But for now, these are my picks for Team Pick'em. And again, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you guys did not agree with my choices, then please don't leave a dislike solely because of that. For now, I'm going to get going. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be uploading quite a bit, hopefully, during this major. And then, obviously, after the major, I'm going to be coming out with a bit more tutorials, as I want to kind of focus on that. But for now, my name has been LongBarrel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And remember, be water, my friends.